mobiles. This is my audience. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. I did my topic on responsive parenting. I did this last time too. Instead of any other parenting. Hi, Jenna Cowart. What is responsive parenting? Responsive parenting is a more intentional way of parenting. It's being aware of their needs and not just physical needs, like they need water, they need food. Their emotional needs. It really stresses their emotions and responding to them instead of the dismissive styles or you're fine, get up. We still do that. But it has an emphasis on emotional regulation. That's a big one. It comes from the direct opposite of reactive parenting, where it's usually from the adults. Kid does something that makes them mad, they just react and don't really think about it. Spanking's a big one. That tends to just come from anger of the parent. You know, it's not really anything the kid did. The reaction is all from the adult. And responsive parenting, it's a lot on the parent to stop and think. So it affects the kid, but mostly it's on the adult to do that kind of work. What? That sounds way too soft, just like gentle parenting. Yep, it is. It's just a better word. Like I said, it's the opposite of reacting. Gentle parenting has been so misconstrued to be this, let your kid do whatever you want, being a friend to your kid instead of a parent. It's actually responsive parenting. People are just getting a little twisted, so no. Psychologist Ronald Ruff says children who are raised with responsive parenting tend to be well-adjusted and emotionally mature adults. And the reason this is because when they're so little and you pay attention to their needs, they don't yet have that vocabulary to tell you what they need. So then when you pay attention and you respond to it, it slowly teaches them that they don't have to misbehave to get attention, act out, and that is the opposite of neglectful parenting, where you don't pay attention, they're going to do something to get it. It prioritizes their emotional development, how to identify their feelings and process it. Because they don't have that vocab. Little kids, it's a lot at one time. Anger, fear, you burn yourself, shame. Adults can cycle through those really, really quickly. Kids can't. And that's where the adult comes in, like, oh, this is what you're feeling, and here's how you handle it. That kind of thing, handling it. That's what makes the difference as they grow up. They learn how to handle that. It teaches and grants them autonomy, so it's like self-governing, independence. You give them the tools. You don't just do it for them. Even though it's really hard not to. Adults want to be like, here's everything you need. It'll help them in the long run to show them how to get the results that they want. Do I need to pivot? Responding to the emotional needs of the kids breaks down the stigma of mental health. As each generation breaks the cycles, like we hear generational curses a lot, society has actually done that unintentionally. Everyone wants to be a better parent to their kid as time goes on. So slowly and slowly, society becomes more responsive with parenting. These are the types of parenting. Responsive falls under authoritative. I hope you can read it. Authoritarian is like old Victorian parenting. Like, you do something wrong, you get the fire poker. Permissive is like, it says being a friend to your parent. And uninvolved is just another word for neglectful, which is just borderline illegal nowadays. That's all the things really don't want to be doing. And emotionally unattached. Like, you sit them in front of the TV all day, come and ask you for something, mommy's busy. How responsive overtakes all of those is it's firm with the boundaries, but they approach them with compassion. They approach them with understanding and empathy. So the kids learn that because that's their model. Permissive parents, according to a study done in 2024, I can't pronounce the lady's name, I'm so sorry. Permissive parents are more likely to drop a boundary. We've I've seen that. If you say no, oh, okay. Very permissive. It's not going to hurt the kid, but it's not doing them any favors, really. With all the parenting styles to choose from, responsive is the best because it's going to give them the tools they need. It's going to set them up for success. They'll be cognitively ready to handle the world, maintain stable relationships because you're giving them those tools. You're being the model. It's not going to be perfect. No one's perfect, and no one's a parenting expert except for you because you know your kid. No one on the internet that writes a book. I took from studies, so I was going very scholarly and not this is what I do, this is what I think you should do. I just looked at studies and found out what the best way was because the only other options are terrible. Oh, my audience, 1, 2, 3.